What's up, you freaking geniuses? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to identify different types of arcs, identify their central angles, and also find the measure of an arc, right? So we have 3 questions right here. So we're going to answer these 3 questions for each of these arcs that were given. And these arcs are going to be just based off of this yellow circle over here, okay? So let's start with our first arc, arc BC. So arc BC, let's just find that guy first. So arc BC goes from here to here, all right? So let's answer the first question. So it just says, identify the arc as a major, minor, or semicircle. Well, this arc is defined by this angle right here in the middle. And arcs that are less than 180 degree are minor arcs. So here, obviously 70 is less than 180. So that just means that arc BC is a minor arc. Now let's go to question number 2. It just says, identify the central angles, both convex and reflex, all right? So again, as we mentioned, that this angle from B to C is defined by this angle right here, and this angle is known as the central angle. And the central angle is basically just an angle that's made up of 2 radiuses, or more appropriately, radii, and the center of the circle, right? That's why it's called the central angle. Okay, so the central angle here is 70 degrees, but we can also get a little bit more specific and define the convex and reflex central angles. So in case you're asked to identify those, let's clarify what these are. So a convex angle is less than 180 degrees, and a reflex angle is between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay, so you can see that the convex central angle, in this case, would be this angle right here, right? Because it's the central angle, and it's less than 180 degrees. So this angle in green is the convex central angle. So that's how we get from B to C, right? We have to travel this 70 degrees. However, what if you wanted to get from B to C and go the other way around the circle, right? The long way. Well, we could technically do that too, right? We could go this way from B to C, okay? And when you take the long way, that's called the reflex angle. And again, that's gonna be somewhere between 180 and 360 degrees, okay? And the way that you find the reflex angle is you just need to remember all the angles inside of a circle equal 360 degrees, right? So if we start with 360 degrees and then just subtract out this little part in green, right, because we're not including it. So 70, well, 360 minus 70, that's equal to 290 degrees, okay? So the reflex angle in this case is equal to 290, and the convex is equal to, like we said, 70. Okay, and lastly, the third question just says, find the measure of the arc, so of arc BC. So what is the measure of this arc from B to C? Well, it's going to be the exact same measure as the central angle. So here it's 70 degrees, so the measure of this arc from B to C is also 70 degrees. All right, let's clean that up using method magic. Boom. All right, now let's go to our next arc right here, EAB. And as you can see, it's given in a specific order, right? It goes from E to A to B. So that's the order we have to go in. So we have to go from E to A to B. All right, so whenever you're given 3 letters for an arc, just follow the direction of the letters, all right? So again, the first question is just identify the arc as a major arc, minor arc, or a semicircle. So remember, this arc is defined by the central angles. So in this case, it would be this angle and also this angle. So 70 and 110. And when you add up those 2 together, that's equal to exactly 180 degrees. Okay, so is this arc a major, minor, or semicircle? Well, in this case, it would be a semicircle, right? Because semicircles are exactly 180 degrees. All right, now question number 2 just says, identify the central angles, again, both convex and reflex. All right, so first of all, let's just identify the regular central angle. So from E to A to B, right? So that was just this angle right here. So that's the central angle. Now we just need to figure out which side is the convex and which side is the reflex. And for a semicircle, you're going to have neither a convex nor a reflex. And the reason for that is because this angle is exactly 180 degrees, okay? And like I said, convex angles are less than 180 degrees, right? This angle is definitely not convex, okay? And reflex angles are between 180, right, and 360 degrees, but it does not equal exactly 180 or 360, okay? It's just in between there, okay? So that's why this angle that's exactly 180 degrees is not a reflex angle either, okay? So we identified the central angle, which again is just this angle in green, which is again 180 degrees, but it doesn't have a convex or a reflex. Okay, and then lastly, it just says, number 3, find the measure of the arc. So again, the measure of this arc is just defined by the measure of the central angles, which we already said is 180 degrees. All right, cool. Now let's clean this up one last time. Boom! And let's do this last arc right here. So arc BAC. So again, that's the order we're going to go in, right? So BAC. All right, so it looks like we're going all the way around the circle. Almost all the way around, right? Most of the way around. From there to there. Okay, so number 1. Is this a major, minor, or a semicircle? Well, this is a major arc because major arcs are between 180 and 360 degrees. Okay, so this is a major, there we go, arc. All right. Number 2, identify the central angles, both convex and reflex. All right, well, to get from B to C, we start here, and then we have to go all the way around this way, right, to C, right there. Okay, and what is that big angle right there? Well, remember, if we went all the way around the circle, that'd be 360 degrees, right? But we're going to exclude this, this part right here, that 70, right, because we're not going across there. So to find the central angle, that would be 360 minus 70, which again is equal to 290 degrees. All right, cool. Now let's identify the convex and the reflex angles. So again, the convex is the little one and the reflex is the big one, right? So convex is less than 180 degrees and reflex is between 180 and 360. So in this case, it looks like the reflex angle would be the same as this central angle that we already found, right? Because this angle is obviously way bigger than 180, right? It's 290. So this angle in red, or purple in this case now, is the reflex angle. Okay, and that means basically the other route that we could have taken to get from B to C would be this short route right here, right? Or in other words, from here to here. And this angle is obviously less than 180, so this means that this 70-degree angle is our convex central angle, all right? And then lastly, number 3, so find the measure of the arc. So we already found that, right? It's the same as the central angle. So the measure of the arc from B to C would be 290 degrees. Boom. So if you found the video helpful, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other questions or want to see any other examples, just let me know in the comment section below.